It's time to take you through this week in Nicholls Athletics as we bring you the best of Colonel sports from Nicholls State University. This week in Nicholls Athletics is presented by State Farm. Contact your local State Farm agent today and get to a better state. This week in Nicholls Athletics is also sponsored by Rouse's Supermarkets. Rouse's, either you're local or you're not. Good evening and welcome to This Week in Nicholls Athletics presented by State Farm Insurance. I'm your host, Mike Wagenheim. We've got football, basketball, and even some baseball to talk about in today's program. Let's get right to it. The 2012 season comes to an end this weekend for the Colonel football team. While this club has never given up the fight, it's been a tough year for certain, but there were some things to be celebrated, and the Colonels did just that at their annual banquet this Monday night. The team, coaches, and supporters all gathering at the Student Union Ballroom here on the Nicholls campus to celebrate their achievements. Josh Hanberry was the winner of the Academic Award. Davin Bovey, the Outstanding Special Forces Player. Marcus Washington named the Outstanding Offensive Player. Kerry Guidry, the Outstanding Defensive Player. Jordan Piper, the winner of the Norman Swanner Memorial Most Valuable Player Award. Ben Landry named the Model Student Athlete, while Jesse Turner, Gerald Grudig, and Andrew Wynn were named the Band of Brothers Award winners. Great scene Monday night here on campus. Meanwhile, last weekend, more hardware earned by the Colonels. After earning honorable mention in the previous two campaigns, linebacker Jordan Piper garnered second-team All-Southland. He led the conference in tackles with 10.2 per game. 23 of those tackles came against Central Arkansas, where the New Orleans native tied the program record set back in 1977 by Colonel Hall of Famer Rusty Rebo. With one game remaining, Piper's 102 tackles are the most by a Colonel since 2000. Tight end Nick Scelfo was selected second-team All-Southland as well after following up his freshman season with another strong year. A native of Baton Rouge, Scelfo finished second in the Southland among tight ends in receptions with 21, receiving yards with 285, and a couple of touchdowns as well. Averaging 13.5 yards per reception, he recorded a catch in all but one game this season. In conference play, his best game came against McNeese here, where he had 3 receptions for 63 yards. Additionally, wide receiver Eric Buchanan, along with linebacker Kerry Guidry, punter Corey Kemps, left tackle Abasi Salimu, and running back Marcus Washington were all named Southland honorable mention. Congratulations. They're all deserving. Scelfo, Buchanan, Salimu, and Washington are all expected back next year. Nicholls will finish their campaign at Oregon State on Saturday afternoon. The Beavers are ranked 15th in the latest BCS standings. Nicholls head coach Charlie Stubbs received his first full-time position at Oregon State, where he coached from 1985 to 1990. Under his coordination, the Beavers ranked in the top 3 in the Pac-10 on offense each season, while ranking 6th nationally in 1988 and 10th in 1987. The Colonels and the Beavers kick off at 1:30 Central. Well, as the Colonels begin planning for 2013, they're also looking to their past, as one legend has returned to campus to help better the program and himself. Ashley Bull has more.
One former Colonel, through his legacy at Nicholls, would be defined by his name in the football program's record book. But now, decades after his playing days ended, he's looking to stamp his name on a more important document, a diploma, while giving back to the school that allowed him to pursue his dreams. Greg Greely grew up in Bogalusa, 70 miles north of New Orleans, and started at Nicholls as a defensive back from 1981 to 1984. After making an impact as a freshman, Greely became a 2-time All-Louisiana honoree and left Nicholls as the all-time school leader with 21 interceptions, a mark that still holds today. But the focus on his professional goals minimized his chances at a degree.
Well, what happened, I was pursuing those NFL dreams that I had. And I went from the NFL to the USFL, to the Canadian League, and I had a great experience with that run. And that was the only thing between me not finishing my degree in a timely manner versus, you know, having to try and make an NFL team. So after the NFL and all the football things didn't work out, my goal then was to get back here as soon as possible.
As he dropped the pursuit of his degree in favor of his athletic endeavors, Greely became the 8th Colonel in program history to be drafted into the pros, signing with the San Antonio Gunslingers of the United States Football League. That led to opportunities in the NFL with several teams including the Saints and Packers. Afterwards, Greely held jobs in the private sector before returning to pursue a degree in human performance education.
I wanted to come back and finish up my degree and possibly work as a graduate assistant here at Nicholls because, you know, the university did so much for me when I came here as a freshman and stayed throughout my senior year. So I wanted to come back, finish my degree, work here, and give back to the university.
As Greeley makes the most of his opportunity in the classroom, he is given the chance to be involved with the football program as a student assistant. Head coach Charlie Stubbs admits that Greeley's role is a positive one.
I thought that, you know, he expressed desire to help in any way. So I got around him a few times and just got to know him, and I admired him now at his age to come back, and he's a student, and he's pursuing that degree. And so I thought that having him part of our program, it has really paid off, as it's a great role model for our young student athletes. Here's a man that maybe his priorities weren't in order dealing with the academics, but he hasn't said that's the way it's going to be. He said, I'm going to roll up my sleeves and come back and achieve the goal that I wanted to have at the very beginning. So he does a great job mentoring our kids. He works hard with our scout teams, and he also he's really just always says the right things at the right time. I like his positive demeanor.
Along with his past experiences in football, it gives him a connection with the team as he takes on his new role.
I think I have more of a athlete to player relationship. They know that I played here. They know that I'm sincere about us winning, and they like having me around because I can relate to them, and I try and encourage them. I really do. You know, I want to see them succeed, and I also tell them that just look at my situation. You know, I didn't finish my degree on time, but I'm back now. But the key is to finish your degree. Get your degree first, and then if you want to pursue football, then that's fine, because you don't play football forever, but you can have your degree.
He is a disciplinarian, and I like that. But he also kills them with kindness too, you know, which is, and a lot of our young men on our team unfortunately don't have, we're the male role models for them. So it's always good to have as many male figures in front of them that can be good role models for them and try to help them.
Coach Stubbs assigned Greeley to the offensive line, assisting in scout team defense and special teams. Greeley observes his position from a new perspective.
I find that pretty exciting because now I see it from a coach's standpoint, and that you know, you have to give your 110%. You have to be willing to sacrifice. You know, I know the game is a physical game. You do have injuries, but you have to sometimes, you know, you have to play through it, and you have to be mindful of that. You know, this is a great opportunity to really get some things done, and this football is a lifetime experience. You carry this with you throughout your whole lifetime. So from a coach's perspective, I really enjoy it. I really love trying to teach the kids and trying to encourage them that you know, take advantage of this great opportunity, because we can win here, and I know we can, and Coach Stubbs is going to get it together, and I want to be part of that.
As Greeley works towards his goal to graduate with a degree in hand, he is thankful for the opportunities bestowed upon him by the football program and coaches. Greeley hopes to continue his coaching stint as a graduate assistant as he furthers his education endeavors and supports his fellow colonels along the way. For This Week in Nicholls Athletics, I'm Ashley Bull.
Thank you very much, Ashley. Things are going well on the hardwood, too. The Colonel Cagers picked up their first win on the men's side, and the women are off to their best start in school history. We've got that coming up, and some baseball recruiting news on tap here on This Week in Nicholls Athletics, presented by State Farm Insurance.
Does State Farm let me bundle auto, home, and life to save money?
Sure. We practically invented bundling, and it all stays with State Farm.
So my policies don't go to some bundling center that ships them off to some bundle factory? I'm dealing with you, and not some bungling, bustling bundle builders.
Who have you been working with?
Stay with the company you trust.
Bundle and save with your local State Farm agent.
At Rouse's, we love football. We love the players, we love the fans, and you know we love the food. So whether it's high school, college, or pros, if there's a game, we're tailgating. You can tackle your tailgate too with one stop by Rouse's. Get Rouse's ready to grill meat, chicken, and pork, or pick up Rouse's ready to serve tailgate specials. Everything is made fresh for the game, and you know it's all good. So get the home field advantage every time you shop. Shop local. Shop Rouse's. Now that's tailgate.
Welcome back to This Week in Nicholls Athletics, presented by State Farm Insurance. I'm your host, Mike Wagenheim. We turn to the hardwood. The Colonel women have claimed 6 of their last 7 games after a winning weekend at the Basketball Travelers Invitational in Lubbock, Texas. Nicholls bested UNO on Friday 75-45 as Alicia Allen scored a game-high 17 points. The Colonels fell to Texas Tech here on Saturday 78-48, tripping themselves up with a season-high 29 turnovers. However, Nicholls came back on Sunday and defeated Southern Utah 65-54. Leanne McCarthy and KK Babin led the way with 16 points each. Nicholls is off to a 6-2 start, their best in school history despite that loss to Texas Tech. They'll now get a breather before facing Alabama State on the road on December the 13th. Well, it's time to announce our Rouse's Student Athlete of the Week, sponsored by Rouse's Supermarkets. Either you're local or you're not. Rouse's Supermarkets are local, with their roots established in Thibodeaux in 1923. Trust Rouse's for great food and great values. Louisiana's best can be found at your local Rouse's or at rouses.com. This week, it's senior forward Alicia Allen, who averaged nearly 18 points and 6 rebounds and was named to the all-tournament team in Lubbock. Alicia Allen, our Rouse's Student Athlete of the Week. On the men's side, the Colonels played respectably in 2 early season losses to SEC opponents, a 15-point setback at Vanderbilt and a 20-point loss to nationally ranked Missouri. Before embarking now on a 7-game road swing to close out the calendar year, the Colonels would get a chance to shine at home, taking on future Southland rival UNO. Monday night, Stouffer Gymnasium, opening minute. The Colonels work it around the arc. Sam McBeth pops out for the 3. Nicholls was 6 of 8 from downtown in the first half. The feed here to the post. Lachlan pressed out to McBeth, finds TJ Carpenter for the open look 3. Nicholls up by a score of 6-3. For UNO, Rarlenzi Nelson out front, shovels here to Lavelle. Cook drives and scoops it in. 7-5 Colonels 3 minutes in. Nelson, by the way, leading the nation in assists. 14-minute mark, McBeth with a catch-and-shoot 3 misses. Fred Hunter collects, spins, and lays it in. Hunter, the leading scorer in the Southland, averaging over 21 points a game. Midway through the half, the Colonels start to separate. The entry pass to Jamarcus Horace splits the defense. Misses the bunny here, gets it back, though, and finishes. Jamarcus scored 17 off the bench in only 15 minutes. Colonels were hampered by turnovers, though. Jeremy Smith trying to go backdoor, picked off by UNO's Corey Blake, ahead to Nelson for the lay-in. Lead down to 7 with 8 minutes to go before the break. Under 6 minutes now, Hunter gets the ball on the block, surrounded, dishes out for Shane Reillier. He connects for the 3. The lead is 11. Shane scored 13 points. Final 2 minutes, Hunter again in the post. He is enveloped, gets hacked to death, but still managed to muscle up the shot. Nicholls shot 75% from the field in the first half. They were up by 16 at the break. Early second half, great instinct shown by Hunter. Collects his own miss off the free throw. He knew it was short. Fred with 22 points, 5 boards, and 4 steals. But UNO hanging around. McBeth with the errant pass, the outlet to Cook. He scored a team-high 15. The Colonels maintaining their edge with 15 minutes remaining here. Isaac Mack off the mark on the baseline. Jay Carpenter punches it ahead to Hunter. The soft dunk. It's 54-36 Nicholls. And then the game changes here. Maciel, Pedro looking to inbound, finds a wide-open Reillier for the basket. That was the good news, but watch. Going back down court, Fred Hunter goes down there at midcourt. Play is halted. Fred coming off a knee injury that kept him out for a year and a half. Fortunately, this was just a hamstring strain. Hunter wouldn't return, though, and that was about 10.5 minutes to play. Final 7 minutes now. Reillier working it up the floor. Pressed, flattens Blake on the pick. Horace finishes with the dunk. Nicholls cooled down a bit, but still shot 50% in the second half. But UNO shooting a ton of free throws in the second half to stay alive. Here they take advantage of the turnover, scooped up by Nelson, ahead to Cook with 2:30 to play. It's an 11-point game. UNO got within 10, but in the final minute, Reillier with a spin move, going baseline, dishes to Horace. The layup seals it. Nicholls is a 92-79 winner. 5 Colonels scored in double figures. Nicholls wins their home debut. They are 1-2 now as they prepare to face 13th-ranked Michigan State in East Lansing on Saturday morning. We spoke to head coach J.P. Piper after Monday's game to get his reaction.
I was pleased with the fact that we got a win tonight. When you look at some of the things that happened within the game in terms of foul trouble and some of the guys that had to get on the floor and play meaningful minutes, I think it was a huge win. We had to play a significant portion of the second half without Fred, who's kind of our anchor. He's like the mother hen out there, particularly with those young guys on the floor. Sam's under the weather. He's been battling flu-like symptoms, so him having to play a lot of minutes under those circumstances was big. And then, for Jamarcus Horace to have only practiced about 8 times, to come in tonight and give us 17 points off the bench, be really solid around the rim offensively, was a big boost for us. And we had pushed it out to a pretty comfortable lead, and we kind of had to hang on, which I didn't like. But given some of the guys that had to log significant minutes, I think it's a good sign. And just got to get everybody healthy and stay out of foul trouble. And I think we got a solid group.
A lot of turnovers in that first half, but you more than made up for it, shooting 75% from the field.
Yeah, they had 7 steals. I told our guys, we play 2 SEC schools, and they get 2 steals and 3 steals. We play a school at our level, and they get 7 steals. It just means we're careless with the ball. I didn't think they did anything tonight we didn't expect. We were just a little too careless. Thank goodness we made shots. But you can't expect the ball to go in like that every night. You got to take care of it. And I told them I equate turnovers to a point for the other team. So we finished the night with 20 turnovers. That's like giving them 20 points, in my opinion. I think when you average it out, it's close to what it comes to. So, we can't do that and be a good team. We're fortunate to win tonight with 20 turnovers, quite frankly.
Colonels came in with 3 of the top 12 scorers in the Southland, but it's kind of been with those guys and those guys only. Tonight, really spread it around a lot better. Yeah,
I was proud of Shane tonight. He stepped up and I thought played a really solid game, but hit some critical buckets when we needed to, kept the defense honest when they pressured a little too much on the wings and left him one-on-one. He was able to get to the rim and make them pay for that. We need him to continue to do that. I'd love to see him get around 10 or 12 points a night, 8, 10, 12 points a night with probably 4 to 6 from the line. I think it's a solid night for him. We know Theo and Sam are going to score the ball. We know Fred's going to score the ball. It was good to see Jamarcus emerge, and we had one more. Who was our 5th double-figure scorer? I can't remember who it was. Maybe Locke. I don't know. But we had 5 guys in double figures. So I don't know if we can count on that much balance every night, but boy, if we can, that'll be good.
Colonels now head on the road for 7 straight games. You're not back at home until January the 3rd. This was your home debut tonight, so at least you got this one under your belt and at least get some confidence going forward here on a very it's going to be a tough one, to say the least, coming up on Saturday.
Yeah. I'm excited about it. Michigan State's ranked 15th in the country. Missouri was ranked 13th. So it's a great opportunity to go test ourselves against one of the teams that's perceived to be the toughest in the country. Tom Izzo preaches toughness. He demands it from his players. I like to think we do the same thing here. So I want to go match our toughness against their toughness, and I don't think there's any shame in coming up short to the 15th ranked team in the country. And, hey, if we can do something special, then let's go. So I feel like we have nothing to lose going up there. Be a great experience for our guys, an unbelievable game day atmosphere up there. They sell out every night, and the students are into the game. So it'll be a fun trip for us, and hopefully we'll learn something about ourselves and we'll be better for the process.
They barely escaped the Raging Cajuns on Sunday.
I don't know if that helps us or hurts us. I got a feeling they've been taken to the woodshed by their coach and will be until the Colonels come to town. But fortunately for us, they've got to go play Miami between the game they had last night and us coming in on Saturday. So he's going to have to back off a little bit so they can go hopefully win a road game at Miami. So if they play well in that one, maybe they'll relax when the Colonels come to town. Who knows?
All right, Coach, we're looking forward to Saturday. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Wags.
Head coach J.P. Piper leading his team to their first victory of the season. We're going to be right back with a whole lot more coming up on This Week in Nicholls Athletics, presented by State Farm Insurance.
Does State Farm let me bundle auto, home, and life to save money?
Sure. We practically invented bundling, and it all stays with State Farm.
So my policies don't go to some bundling center that ships them off to some bundle factory? I'm dealing with you, and not some bungling, bustling bundle builders.
Who have you been working with?
Stay with the company you trust.
Bundle and save with your local State Farm agent.
At Rouse's, we love football. We love the players, we love the fans, and we love the food. So whether it's high school, college, or pros, if there's a game, we're tailgating. You can tackle your tailgate too with one stop by Rouse's. Get Rouse's ready to grill meat, chicken, and pork, or pick up Rouse's ready to serve tailgate specials. Everything is made fresh for the game, and you know it's all good. So get the home field advantage every time you shop. Shop local. Shop Rouse's. Now that's tailgating.
Back with you here on This Week in Nicholls Athletics, presented by State Farm Insurance. I'm Mike Wagenheim. Pleased to be joined here by the head coach of the Nicholls baseball team, Seth Thibodeaux. It's the off season, but it never really is, and the Colonels announced several recruits, new signees this past week, and I know you're excited about it.
Very excited. Outstanding class. Coach Protho did an amazing job and really kind of finishes off a very productive fall for our program.
What were you looking for going in?
Well, we need to replace some key guys on the mound, and we also need to replace some speed we will be losing this spring. So I'm excited about where we're at now. We got a couple more pieces we need to fill in with in the spring, but we're in great shape going into the spring.
Well, we're going to take a look at them one by one. We begin with Justin Holt out of Gulfport High School, his center fielder. He's coached there by Jamie McMahon, who used to coach under Coach Thibodeaux here at Nicholls. Holt hit .275 as a junior, stole 15 bases in 17 attempts, and that's your speed right there.
I'm really excited about him. He reminds me of a Mike Barbo type or a Matt Richard type. Very athletic. He's been a really good football player there at Gulfport High School, and he's really starting to play baseball and coming into his own now as he matures. He's got the perfect body and the perfect makeup for what we're looking for in center field and a leadoff spot.
And I know since he's coached by Coach McMahon there, he's going to have his fundamentals down.
He'll have a pretty good idea what to expect when he gets here. I can guarantee you that.
He will know for sure. Cole Stapler, combination first baseman, right-handed pitcher out of Dutchtown High School. Hit .310 with 8 doubles, 5 home runs. He drove in 31, and on the mound this year, he was 5-1 with a 2.55 ERA, striking out 38 in 33 innings. Where do you see Cole long-term? Is it going to be on the mound or out in the field?
Well, I know that he's going to have a chance to play at the next level once he's done here. And he's big and strong and physical offensively. He's going to be able to hit the ball at the park and hit the ball in the gaps and hit in the middle of our lineup at some point. But when he's on the mound, he brings a little extra. I mean, he's 6'5", 6'6". That's the guys you see in the big leagues. So he projects really well on the mound, and he's got a chance to do something there. But I really feel like he's going to come in right away and replace a key hole for us. We're losing a couple of guys on the weekend, a couple of seniors, so I feel like he's just coming in to replace a DeLange and a Sook type with that body and his fastball and his breaking ball. So I'm excited about it.
Looking at that body, it looks like Mike Sook.
That's right. That's right.
Justin Smith from Florence, Mississippi, utility player out of Hines Community College, 6'3", 195 pounds. This past year, hit .362, 63 hits in 54 games. He had 10 doubles, 3 jacks, 42 runs batted in. Another guy who can fill a few different needs for you.
He's an extremely talented young man, not just as a player, but he's a leader. I know Coach Temple at Hines looks to him for leadership in a captain's role. But he's physical, and he can really hit a baseball. We need some juice in the middle of that lineup, and he's one that I really expect to come in here and help us with. He can play a couple of different positions, but the main 2 points of him being here is his leadership abilities and him being able to handle a bat really well.
Take a look at Jason McDonald out of Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College, 6 feet tall, 185 pounds, threw very little this past year, 12 and 2/3 innings, finished up with a 3.55 ERA, giving up 10 hits, and he struck out 7, but I know they're counting on him this coming spring to take the ball and make some things happen.
Yeah,
there.
I think Coach Roth there is really expecting him to be a big-time arm for them, expecting anywhere between 50 and 60 innings, so Jason's better days are ahead of him. He's got a pretty good fastball. He's going to run up there 92, 93, maybe even 94 at times, and he's just learning how to pitch now. So he's slowly maturing, and it's exactly what you want to see, because when someone's ceiling has not been touched yet, it's pretty exciting as a baseball coach. But I truly expect him to be a big contributor for his junior college this spring, but I can't wait to get him here.
For a guy who's thrown so little, how do you get a feel for someone like that?
Well, and we got to follow him pretty hard this fall, and he actually threw in a tournament at our place, and we started to talk to him and communicate with him, and just creating a relationship with him and seeing him be consistent this fall and seeing what we think we can do with him when he gets here. It was pretty exciting, and I think that the young man's got a chance to be a starter and or a closer. He's got a chance to do either or. Whatever way he can help us compete for championships is definitely what we're going to look into. But we're just excited to have a really quality arm coming into it.
We take a look at Ryan Deems out of Chalmette. pitched at Pearl River Community College in Mississippi under former USM star Josh Hoffpower. 6'2", 190 pounds, played his high school ball at Holy Cross under Greg Battistella there. Last season, 4 wins, no losses, a 4.20 ERA, struck out 32 in 45 innings on the hill. What can you tell us about Ryan?
Well, I'll tell you, Ryan's going to come in and he's gritty. He's one I compare to Michael Sook as far as makeup. He's tough. He's gritty. He's a grinder. He's going to come in with that mindset of with a bulldog mentality. And we certainly like getting guys from his area. In that New Orleans, Chalmette area, we love getting guys from there because that's the way they approach the game and play the game. But to get a guy who's probably going to be Pearl River's #1 this year, we want him to come in and establish himself as a weekend starter for us as well with that mindset. We want our players, we want to recruit players with the same personality he's got, and we want him to come in and rub off on some guys. But I really expect him to come in and fill a big role for us on the weekends.
Well, Coach, it's cold and rainy as we tape this program, but opening day's just under 3 months away now. Hard to believe it's so close. What's your gut feeling right now?
Well, my gut feeling is I wish it was February 15th tomorrow, but we got a few things we need to work on. But you know, that's just me being coach, speaking coach terms there. But you know, our guys are probably looking forward to a little break over the holidays. But I guarantee you, their stomach's starting to turn a little bit. They know it's time. And we can't wait till January gets here so we can start rolling again, and hopefully this ugly weather gets away. But we're excited about it and excited about what the possibilities of the spring season.
You fill a lot of needs with this fall recruiting class. What do you look for again in the spring?
Well, we're going to try to get a couple of left-handed hitters and a left-handed arm and really be patient with it and make sure we get the right guy. We don't want to jump out and get someone that we're not ready to get. We want to make sure we see the right guys, and because we're in a position to do that after we're signing the guys we did in the fall. We definitely need a left-handed hitter, and we always want to continue to bring in speed so that we can continue to be successful there on the bases and be the fastest team we feel like in the Southern Conference. So we're excited about what we can go after in the spring.
Well, we talk about February 15th being right around the corner. So is the first pitch banquet. That'll take place on Saturday, February the 9th, right here in Thibodeaux. Special guest speaker, the legendary Skip Bertman. You can reserve your tickets in advance, 985-449-7149. That's 985-449-7149. You think you'll learn a little bit about baseball that day,
Yeah,
Coach?
That guy's going to come in and give us a little knowledge. He knows a few things about the game and about winning some championships. We're excited to have him here.
That'll be on February the 9th. That's in conjunction with the Alumni Day, so it's always a great day for not only the former Colonels but the current Colonel crop as well.
It's just an amazing day for our program. I've got former guys already emailing me telling me they're starting to get in shape right now, so it's something for them to look forward to, and we're excited about it. It's just a really neat day for our program, and we're really looking forward to it.
I'm going to get my pipes ready, too.
Outstanding.
All right, Coach, thanks so much.
Thanks, Wags.
That's the head coach of the Colonels, Seth Thibodeaux. That's going to do it for our program today. Thanks so much for joining us. We're going to talk to you again next Wednesday night. For Ashley Bull, Summer Davis, Zach Carlton, and the coach, I'm Mike Wagenheim. We thank you for joining us, and again, we'll talk to you next week. Until then, take care. Today's show has been presented by State Farm. Contact your local State Farm agent today and get to a better state. This show has also been sponsored by Rouse's Supermarkets. Rouse's, either you're local or you're not. This has been a presentation of the Colonel Sports Network.